the Vancouver Canucks have made another Petrus Palmu-like selection. This time, they grabbed themselves Artyom Manukyan from the Avant-Garde Omsk of the KHL. He is a player who is under contract until 1920. He will most likely play with that KHL team next season, but also, like Palmu, he is small. Artyom Manukyan is 5'7", 139 pounds. Wow. And he's also 20 years old. He's an overager by 2 years. So similar to Palmu, we grabbed ourselves a short guy. In this case, he's small, legitimately small, and he's an overager as well. But Manukyan is a guy who, when he played in the MHL in this most recent season, he grabbed himself 12 points in 12 games played, and spent the majority of his season with the KHL. 2 points, 24 games played. He also spent a lot of time with the international Russia under-20 team. When he played in the World Juniors in Buffalo, he grabbed himself 2 assists in 5 games played, but playing for the rest of the U20 Russia team in other international stages, 10 points in 16 games played. He's a player who doesn't necessarily have the highest upside in my opinion, but there's gotta be a reason why he was taken at this spot. We took Petrus Palmu because he's a hard worker, and when he stepped into the Liga, he proved himself as a really solid player. So, if the Vancouver Canucks are able to see the same thing in Manukyan right here, I'm all for it. If he's a guy who's able to produce at a good level, I'm for it. I want it. In fact, in his 2016-17 MHL season, Manukyan produced at an insane rate. 60 games played, with the A on his sweater, 105 points, 39 goals, 66 assists. This was in his draft plus 1 year. Oh my gosh, that's incredible actually. What a fantastic season he had in 2016-17. His 17-18 season was spent all over the place, the KHL, the MHL, and Russian World Tournaments. He was definitely not at the same level of production as he was in 17, but in this most recent 18 season, he did have himself some growing pains, which is alright. It's fine. And if the Vancouver Canucks are confident enough to take this player, I'm for it. I want it, and I'm good with it. At the Russian Super Series earlier this year, he grabbed himself 4 points in 6 games played, but in conclusion, he basically is just a guy who grabbed the majority of his awards in 2017. The most assists in the MHL, the most points in the MHL, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he did take a few steps up in his most recent season. It's reported here on the Canucks mobile Twitter account. He has great offensive ability and he does everything at high speeds and has a game-changing ability. If we're able to maintain that within his game, going into the training camps, the AHL, maybe the NHL, then I see a good player, especially for a 6th-round pick. This is literally Palmu from last year. So that automatically means that I'm expecting great things out of Manukyan next season. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, that was sarcastic. Twitter, +gaming, and bye. But wait, we just drafted another guy. Matthew Thiessen is a Vancouver Canuck. He was our 7th-round pick. I was wondering, why the heck was it so close together? I just realized that the Vancouver Canucks made that trade. We traded our 6th-round pick over to the Washington Capitals in exchange for their 6th-round pick, which was at the end of the 6th round, as well as their 6th-round pick next season. So we basically got a free draft pick. But, all things being considered, that's exactly why the Vancouver Canucks draft pick in the 7th round was really close to their 6th-round pick, and we used this 7th-round pick on Steinbach Pistons MJHL's goaltender Matthew Thiessen. 7th round, 192nd overall. He finished off his most recent Pistons season with 34 games played, a goals against average of .206, and a .923 save percentage. That's pretty good. What the heck? Honestly, that's not bad. Granted, he is playing in the junior hockey leagues. This is for junior A hockey, so the BCHL, the SJHL, MJHL, AJHL. This is the Manitoba League. So, yeah, this is a little bit out from the eastern side of things on Canada, but he is committed to the University of Maine next season as well. So, he will be playing with the Black Bears, I believe. That was Ben Hutton's team. Yeah, the main university, right. And he'll be probably starting in net, maybe a backup position over there, but he did have such a great MJHL season, so that's really good too. Matthew Thiessen is the final Vancouver Canucks draft pick, and it's interesting because we already have Demko, we already have DiPietro, but at the same time, there is kind of an understandability there when it comes to, oh, we already have 2 goalies, but what's the harm in getting another one, right? So yeah, this is the real one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Plus, that's gaming, and bye.